So now I'm coming into downtown. I just got off the highway. It only took me 15 minutes to get here, which is insanely fast. So I'm very thankful for that. To kind of chill out at work for a little bit before everybody gets there. This is downtown Denver. It's not that impressive. Yeah, just is what it is. All your tall buildings. You got a lot of like lofts over here, and you've got a theme park with roller coasters and all that good stuff. Yeah, it was funny. I was just I listened back to what I just recorded, and my voice sounds completely different than what I thought it did, which is kind of funny. B, you can tell that I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't. But hey, whatever. Just kind of showing you my life. So, yeah, who cares if I know what I'm doing? I'm just doing this. So anyway, I get to stop at a stoplight. Oh, good. I had something I want to say. Oh, yeah. You said in your email that you woke up at 3 a.m. Is that normal? Like, do you normally... Is sleeping till 3 a.m. sleeping in for you? Because that's really early. Yeah, that's really early. You need to sleep more than that, Kate. Anyway, I'm just curious. So, I work that way. You can see that really tall building, gray building. I work on the other side of that. I don't work in it. I work inside of it. I'll show you my building when I get there. But that's where I work. This is Coors Field. You can see the sign right there, Coors Field. Our baseball team here is, I don't think you guys have baseball in Russia. Anyway, our baseball team is the Colorado Rockies. That's the extent of my knowledge, because I'm not a fan of baseball. Not really a fan of sports for that matter. I do watch the UFC, because it's freaking awesome. Sorry, you don't like me to say frickin', but I just did. Anyway, see going over here. You have to lock it all out so people don't go in. Anyway. Yeah, I don't watch that. Let's see, down on the other side of the highway. So if I were to turn around and go back, you could see Mile High Stadium, which is where the Broncos play, the Denver Broncos. That's our football team. And I believe also the Rapids play, I think the Rapids also use the Broncos field. And they are our soccer team, or football, whichever one you want to call it. I call it soccer because I'm an American, but I think everybody else in the world calls it football. I'm sure you'll correct me on all this. Let me know what the real deal is. Oh God, I'm showing you all these people's license plates. I don't know if that's a good thing. I don't really care that I'm showing you, but I'm going to upload this on YouTube. So, yeah, if anybody else watches this, just don't Google them. Anyway, check out that building. Isn't that cool? This building, the tall building on the far left, like right? Nah, it doesn't work. Anyway, that is a building. It's all lofts, right? It's full of housing. It's just like they're insanely expensive. But now I'm just taking a picture of a wall. These things, this building has its own grocery store. It's got its own. It's got its own everything. It's got its own barbershop, grocery store, everything. Workout center. So they're one of their biggest slogans is you don't have to leave. So if you work from home, you can just work from home, and it doesn't matter. You don't need to leave. You drive in, they park your car for you, and then when you want to leave, you just call down and say, "Hey, I need my car." They pull it around, and there you go. You have your car. So once again, I'm sorry, I'm sitting at a light. And if you're wondering, hey, look, it's a McDonald's sign. Another store that we have plenty of, because God knows Americans love their McDonald's. I don't want to video myself yet, because I can make this as secretive as possible, and if some random person watches it, they won't know who I am. And I can put whatever name on it. So for now, until I get comfortable with it, what I'm doing, make sure I actually want to do this, Oh man, I missed my turn. Oh well. So you get to see a different route that I can take to work. This is not normally the route I take to work. Normally I go normally at that light that I was just stopped at, I go right. But I went straight instead. So it's mainly a lot of parking. There's like a limousine service there. We can call them and they'll come pick you up in a big car if that's your thing. This is kind of a bar. I believe it's kind of a bar. You can't really see it from here because the entrance is on the other side. This is the back of it. Nothing really pretty down here. And there's so many stoplights in downtown Denver. But I'm sure if anybody else watches this, or I don't know, what's traffic like for you? Do you drive? Do you drive a lot, or do you take like a subway or train or some kind of public transportation? I know that overseas there's a lot more public transportation that's much more efficient than what we have. We have buses, which are all right. I got to work on my inflections, my voice inflections. Sounds like I'm mad all the time, but I'm not. Anyway, we have buses that work, but instead of this drive that just took me, you can see it's now 7:38. The drive downtown to my office, and it would drop me off about 3 blocks from it, would take about an hour. It's just not efficient. We do have these things up here, they're trains. Hey, there's 2 people. Hey. So there's that big building I was talking about right in the middle there, I think. Sorry. I'm trying to pay more attention to the road and driving than I am to the camera and what I'm saying and recording, because I like to be alive. It's just nice. Here's a school. School for little kids. I think it's an elementary school. So I think it is. I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, school's out for the summer, so don't worry. I'm not videoing any kids. I'm not a weirdo. So now I'm getting closer to work. Now I'm going to go back into the buildings. Tall building right there I go there a lot we have a bank there, so I go and talk about our money, and those are always fun. So, switch hands. Stop so I don't hit anybody. All these buildings right in here are pretty much lofts. Oh, sorry. I gotta hold it with this hand. They're all lofts. So now we're heading down the street that I work on. So down at the end of the road there, if you can see that little like dead center, that peak, kind of gold colorish, that's the Capitol. So I work really, really close to the Capitol. I used to work in this building here. This is 950 Sherman. Sorry, I'll get a better video of it later, maybe. 950 Sherman Street. So yeah, that's where I used to work, and then I quit, and I worked down south. So anyway, it's people walking. I think I know that guy. Hey, that's our attorney right there. That's one of our attorneys, just so you know. I didn't know he walked to work. I thought he lived way far from here. It's a hotel. Yeah, so we're getting closer to the Capitol. I work. My building's like a block away from the Capitol. I don't think I said that already, but if I did, I'm sorry. Do you guys have a downtown? Do you guys have downtown areas? I know that most of the state capitals in America have some kind of a downtown. I lived in Oklahoma.